Hey guys, we are back, and this is actually going to be part 2 of this little tutorial, if you want to call it that I'm doing on the air eraser. But in actuality, this is the first thing that I'm doing, mainly because I don't have the car body painted yet. I haven't been able to paint in like 3 days now because it's been nothing but 100% rain all day long. So I'm gonna go ahead and try this first, and then hopefully tomorrow it's supposed to be sunny and back up in the mid 60s. So hopefully I can get some painting done tomorrow on the car body, and I'll get that filmed and how the air eraser works on the car body. So this is actually part 2 anyways. So what I'm doing now is I'm making the mask for what I'm going to be airbrushing, and I know you can't see it, but I've cut it out on my Cricut. This is a 8x10 sheet of vinyl, and I've already cut it on my Cricut, and I've got a light pad right here, and what that does is it helps me see through the vinyl so that I know what to pick out and what I need to leave on the mask. So I'm just taking my tool here and then picking out the areas that I want to be sandblasted. And then of course the areas that are not, I don't want sandblasted, will be covered by the mask. So I apologize if this portion seems to be a little slow or monotonous. Let me get the first word done here, and then I'll show it to you. We'll see how well it shows up on camera anyways. And then we'll fast forward through the rest of it. So I don't know if you can see that. Maybe if I put it up against the light pad. Yeah, there you go. Now you can see it. So that's the first word. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish weeding this, and I'll probably speed up this video so that you guys aren't bored by watching me do this. What I'm doing here, this is just yellow frog tape, painter's tape, and I'm using that as a transfer tape to transfer this mask over onto the piece of glass, which we're going to do right now. And the reason I was doing that was just because of the fact that the center of these letters and the ring going around here and the really thin cuts that were made may not want to stay where they're supposed to stay. So I'm using the transfer tape to hopefully get them to stay where they're supposed to be until I get it all set in place. So we're just going to peel this vinyl back here to get it started. Get it lined up here on the glass. I can already see that we're a little crooked here, so let me see if we can fix that without messing things up. Alright, we got now all we're going to do is kind of burnish this down a little bit to make sure it's going to stay on the glass and hopefully not come off in the sandblasting process. All right, success. It all worked out very well. Other than the fact that I did notice that I'm a little crooked because the mask has got part of the bare glass exposed on this side and it's overhanging on that side, which that side doesn't bother me at all, but I don't want this side of the glass getting hit with the sandblaster. So what I'm going to do is just take this piece of tape and just cover up that little edge right there. We got our mask in place. So now you can see why I made this part 2, because I didn't want this getting out before JaxCon on Saturday, because I plan on presenting this to Mr. Fred. So I'm sure you probably kind of hard to read up against the there. Now you can read it. So just a little something we're making for Fred, just to show him there is no hard feelings because his bulldogs beat up my Wolverines. So okay, let me change the camera angle here so that I can hopefully show you what's going on inside of the sandblaster and show you me actually sandblasting this. So hang on, I'll be right back. Hey guys, well this is about the best camera angle that I can get. I was hoping that I was able to set my camera up behind me looking over my shoulder into the booth, but I can't. because my tripod just isn't big enough. So I'm going to try and hold the sign this way so that you can see it, because right now it's sitting right back here along the back. So I'm going to try and hold it this way so that it's more in the glass. I mean, I can see it fine, but I know you can't. So I'm going to try and hold it this way so you can see it. I've got the compressor set up right back down here, and we've got the compressor set at 40 pounds, 40 psi. So let's see what happens here. It's going to take some getting used to working with these big old gloves. And here we go. And we got nothing. Okay, hang on. I think I know what's going on. Alright, it seemed like we had a little bit of a clog in the airbrush itself. And I can already see that these big old gloves, they're actually welder's gloves, and they are going to be more of a hindrance than they are anything, and they're not really necessary. So we're going to be seeing if we can't find some thinner gloves. All right, let's see what we got here. I know you guys probably can't see it on camera, but you can actually see the glass turning like a different color. It's not see-through anymore. So you can see where you've been and where you haven't been. I think we may be out of medium. Okay, let me check that. But it looks like it's definitely working. Let's see how much is in there. Yeah, we're not out, but we're just about out. So let me go ahead and fill that while we're at it. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this. But if you look over here, that's where we've done. And you can kind of see the color difference and how it's not see-through anymore. Whereas over here, you can still see my hand a lot clearer than what you can at this end where we've already done it. So it looks like it's working real good. We just got to get some of the kinks out of it and we'll be doing good. And the kinks, the biggest kink I see so far is these big gloves. They've got to go. During that last little break I took when I was getting things worked out and I didn't have the camera running, I did actually spray it, just a couple of quick little sprays to see if it was working before I closed everything up again. And what was sprayed, you know, what was hitting my hand, because I didn't have everything closed up, so I just had my bare hands in there, and what was hitting my hands, it felt like somebody blowing on my hands. I mean, it was nothing. And the only reason I don't take the gloves off right now is because I just don't want this mess out in the room, because I do a lot of painting and other things in this room, so I don't want this really super fine dust all over the place, which would definitely happen without the gloves on, because in these holes, the holes that the gloves are attached to would just be open, and that would not be a good thing. So we will definitely be taking a trip to Home Depot or Lowe's or someplace and see what kind of gloves we can find. Okay guys, we're going to shut this video off while I figure out what's going on here, because it's making me kind of nervous with me bumping this box around. I'm afraid I'm going to knock my camera off this counter, so I'm going to see if I can find a better camera angle and we'll be back. Hey guys, well, it is now Wednesday evening. When I started filming this, it was Tuesday evening. And after, as you could probably tell from the end of that last segment, I was getting a little frustrated, but after monkeying around with it today, I just set it down last night and said, okay, that's enough for one night. So, but after messing around with it today, I figured out what was going on, and I think I've got it tuned in now. And this little airbrush is pretty amazing. I'm sorry, not an airbrush, an air eraser. But it's pretty amazing. So this is the result, and I hope it'll show up on camera here, but this is the result of what I was working on last night that I finished up. So you can probably guess who this is for. Anyways, thanks guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask down in the comments down below. I'll be glad to help you out. Especially Todd, if you're watching this, if you have any questions or if you have any comments that you want to make, that you want to chime in on, on this video, please do. I'm really looking forward to hearing your input on it. So, okay guys, I'm not going to keep you much longer than I already have, and I know this is going to be kind of a long series, but take care, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.